So, Cremonese, nil. Inter, 2. Yes. I'm the host, Alex. Wouldn't expect much. Rotated lineup. I mean, Fortezzi starting. Luis Enrique on one end. I expect the right side to be dead. Of course, Zelensky and Suchet filling in. Yeah, this is a somewhat rotated lineup. We're dealing with 4 injuries. Barella, Hakan, Carlos Augusto from yesterday, and of course, Dumfries. I know I've been frustrating transfer market. And linked to this, oh, we're getting this player, and your hopes down like nope. Like player says yes, club says no. Yeah, this is our transfer window so far. No Cancelo, Diaby. I'm barely reading this. I'm reading some things, maybe, but in the end, it's probably a no. And then there's Chris Jones, which is like a bit tap. Like nope. A winter window, by the way. You know, I wonder you didn't spend much this summer. So where's the money? Where was the money going? But anyway, the transfer window because of closing closes tomorrow at 8 o'clock Italy time. But besides that match, first half, good first half. Cremonese sitting deep, hitting off the counter, take advantage of the Jamie Vardy pace because of Jamie Vardy. He breaks a lot of sports science rules. You can have a Red Bull for a day and a Red Bull before the game, and then starts running. Yep, Jamie Vardy bring the party, but yeah, it's been a bit scrappy first half. Love the ball. Of course, they got a few opportunities. It's a good thing that Summer decided to show up for once. I think it'd be very bad. But goal from DeMarco Cross, Latoro header. Of course, DeMarco Cross and the Latoro seems to be a bit standard lately. But it is standard Inter goal. Latoro, Pisa man, Cremonese man, Caviari man, Salernitana man. Yeah, we might as well build the Justice League. Justice League Avengers. We might as well build that. Like, who do we call? Cremonese man. But, yeah. And after that, Zelensky. I don't. I give props to Zelensky. Again. What has Inzaghi done to this guy? In fact, what he was done. Inzaghi doesn't. Either he doesn't know how to use Zelensky, or yeah, he doesn't know how to use him, or it's like Kibu knows how to revive players. However, Kibu, DeMarco's playing a full 90 at least, and like the Bonnie and Peel are probably developing very well. I mean, they're getting some game time. Zelensky, that's a rocket shot. Top in, bam. Of course, there's Luis Enrique assist. But yeah, Zelensky, Luis Enrique, he played a good game, I think. I mean, it does help when Cremonese has a lot of space on the right side. They can make runs. But Zelensky, I I know that people say that with Hakan gone, Zelensky isn't missed. Hakan gone is like he's not missed. Like okay, I think it'd still be missed just because of our left side. Because Zelensky fills in for DM, who fills in on the left. You have Susic, you have Mickey. Like no, I mean Susic can play on the right also. But yeah, in the midfield, still clicking. Of course, it doesn't help any for Tezzy. Still. First half, a few scary moments. Second half seems a bit more laid back. I mean, seems laid back because the Cremonese is like just contained DeMarco and Bastoni. What my biggest worry is having an unequal build-up. Just contain DeMarco and Bastoni. But oh well. Luis Enrique, let's step up for once. The last second half, nothing special, gameplay wise. I mean, besides a flare, which I hope Aldero's all right. I do not think it's a good idea to be throwing flares around, especially to players. Apparently from the Curva Nord Ultras. Yeah, honestly, that shit is not going to stand. That should not should not stand at all. I mean, for Odero, he played for Juve, got relegated to Sampdoria, entered Scudetto winner. By the way, still counts. Still, he did fill in a few times. No need to disrespect Odero like that. But yeah, the gameplay wise, about more defensive subs, Mickey and Darmian coming back. You know, I thought that Darmian 2026, especially the wing back, at most just fill in for Luis Enrique when he needs rest. It's about time he gets some rest. But one thing concerns me that Darmian should at most be a right center back. That's it. Right wing back. You think Luis Enrique does nothing? A quick reminder that we used to have Darmian. Even the eye test, stats test. Yeah, eye test looks invisible in build up. Even in the stat test, especially the passing map, Darmian, nowhere to be found. But right wing back, at most, just fill in if Luis Enrique needs some rest. Not when we need to get a goal. If we need to get a goal, don't put Darmian in right wing back. Yes, yes, but overall, it's scary moments. Of course, Summers that show up, Bisek, Bozogene, like almost cost us a few goals. Yeah, it's like reverse of. Yeah, I know last few games, Bisek saving us, Sommer, Bozogene, like, should be saving a few shots, but this game's like a reverse for me. I know I'm recording this right now. Juve are leading. It should be 2-0. 2-0 Juve. I also. Do I have to refresh everything? It should be 2-0 Juve by the time of recording. But right now, top of the table, 8 points behind Milan, with a game in hand, by the way. Or Juve ain't too far off, 10 points. Because I think they'll win against Parma. Because it's, yeah, I know Parma is home, but still getting cooked. So let's go to the match ratings. As you can see, Sommer, I think I'll give 7. Because I think this good sweep is break down that Vardy counter. In fact, my concern is don't give Cremonese good counters because yeah, I know play high line, vulnerable to counters. Be careful. It's a good thing Summer knows how to actually can sweep and get some crucial saves. Of course, there's one shot near the post, but it's close. Could ruin the clean sheet. Bastoni. Overlapping runs are useful against Cremonese when the sides are contained to Marco. 6.5. Akanji. Yeah, didn't let the Cremonese side bully. 6.5. But I don't think Cremonese create a lot of good chances besides set pieces and counters. Bisek. Give him 5. Oh, like In fact, I think Bissex is Cremonese's best uh creator. Yeah, Bissex is Cremonese's best creator. Got lucky a few times. Not as good games, but still. Zelensky, 7.5. Controlled game, especially when you have Zeus and Fratesi. So, yep. And good wonder goal. So we kind of Zelensky dagger. Susic, 6. I would just wish that he needs to be physically imposing. But he did some good touches. Nothing special. Nothing special performance. DeMarco, I'll give him 6.5. I think that for DeMarco, yeah, creative outlets. You know what? I'll give him 7. Because I've seen a game where we can't create anything with DeMarco or Hakan. Like, okay, he's really a creative outlet. Luis Enrique, 6.5. Lots of space for him to make runs. Took advantage of that. Happy for him. Also, uh, an assist. Which, by the way, I know that Zelensky did all the work for that, but still an assist. Fratesi, 5. I don't know. Can this guy make a good pass? Only thing Fratesi knows how to do is shoot. That's it. He knows how to shoot. That's the only thing Fratesi does. Shoot, or just come on the bench and get an unusual GNA. In fact, I think that's the reason why he gets an unusual GNA. Because shooting in the box, you have Fratesi. That's the only thing he can do. But midfield wise, he's nothing impressive. Arturo, I'll give him 7.5. He's been everywhere. Abila play, scored a goal. Pressing also. Theo, 6. Nothing impressive. I think it most hold up the line. For subs, most of the subs didn't change much of the game. More defensive subs. Mickey, I'll give him 6. Because I think, yeah, most of them are around the 6 for me. Yeah, look at the sub time. Dusich, Darmian. I'll give him 5.5. Like seems a more defensive. So Bonnie, I don't know. Bonnie, I don't know, 60 minutes, but still looks cold. Like Mickey Taram, nothing special for subs. I most rotate, hold on to leads. I'm not going to raids because it came in so late. For Kivu, I know he's a rotate. He's Torino. Also, he brought Primavera players, likes of Bovo, Koki, and Kamate. I know at Torino next. I think they are an absolute mess in the defense. So I don't expect some rotation, and hopefully that if Toronto Bonnie plays, I hope they actually learn how to work well together. Because Altoro and Taram start fading. Let's run Pio works. I think Bonnie and Pio works also. Taram and Pio. So a lot of strikers do how to complement each other. Kivu. Tactically, I mean high line with that. We've already pace. Like, okay. I think it's fair for David Nicola. The Italian Sam Allardyce to go up against a high line. Play counter against Vardy. Okay. But for lineup, rotated lineup is fair. For subs, I don't think he's gonna do much. I would give him a 6. Like easy picking for the second half. First half, like okay, cook them. That piece, rocket shot. Referee, I'll give him 6 also. they did well. Of course, for Kibu, I'm surprised that he didn't get yellow. Because when the ball's coming out of play, you kick it, and he kicked it very away from the pitch. Yeah, it's an automatic yellow. But oh well. It's really on the ref for that. Alright, that's it for a post-match reaction. I mean, it's out of 10, average being 6. For the next matches, I know Torino, Sassuolo, Juve, and of course Bodo Glimt. Sassuolo will be a test. An interesting one. Because Berardi, I think he still got it. And of course Sassuolo will be on our boogeyman team. Playing Sassuolo away. They're not going to be easy. Yep. Of course, Juve. I mean, they're in good form right now with Spalletti, not Tudor. Inter at home. Especially on Valentine's Day. So, yeah, let's hope they can post something. He beat Juve or Milan. I think beat Juve and or Milan. I think we probably have a Scudetto chance for a Scudetto. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on the match ratings, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.